Minor Arcana is a new ongoing series from Jeff Lemire. It is his first project for Boom Studios. As we begin, Theresa is taking a bus home to her hometown to care for her ailing mother. This is not something that she's looking forward to. Her mother is a storefront psychic who reads people's palms and does the tarot in the small town where there's not much else to do except work for the cannery. Theresa is coming back only because she's out of options. She's been fired from her job. She's broken up with her girlfriend. She's pretty much desperate because her and her mother really don't get along. It even takes her a while to even just show up at the shop to face her mother. She takes a detour to a restaurant where she grabs a cup of coffee and runs into an old classmate. Theresa's interaction with her classmate tells a lot about Theresa and a little bit about her classmate as well. Eventually, Theresa finally works up the nerve to go to the shop, and true to form, her and her mother have a clashing of wills and get into an argument right away. So what happens is Theresa leaves, she goes out in the rain. She's also a recovering alcoholic, it seems, or at least she has a bit of a drinking problem. So she's tempted for a moment to go to a bar, but instead she goes to the home of what seems like maybe was her high school sweetheart. And her sweetheart is now married with children and has moved on with their lives. So lonely, frustrated, and soaked to the bone, Theresa returns home. Upon returning, Theresa finds that her mother has passed out from her one glass of wine, quote unquote, a day. So she tucks her away and goes to bed herself. Eventually, a customer of her mother shows up in the middle of the night, and reluctantly, Theresa lets her in. Turns out Theresa also is skilled in the ways of the tarot, but she just chooses not to believe in them. Thinking that maybe, what the hell, we could probably use the money, Theresa relents and lets the woman in and commences to do her reading. And what happens after that could be the beginning of a change in Theresa's life. Minor Arcana is a book that I've been looking forward to for a while. I pre-ordered at least 3 copies of the first issue, and I was fortunate enough to find this preview issue at my local comic shop. There's no one better at tugging at the heartstrings than Jeff Lemire. Theresa is a terribly flawed character, but she's relatable, as is her mother, who also seems to have a bit of a drinking problem. You can't really put the blame on any one person in this relationship as to what it could be. You know that there's a lot of complexity involved, and we just barely even touch the surface. There's so much that can be done with the many characters in this town and with the many possibilities with this premise. I really like Jeff Lemire's work on Fish Flies and Phantom Road most recently, but this story is like almost a combination of those two. That makes any sense. As much as I am a fan of short stories with a finite beginning and end, I think I could enjoy this story for a long time. I can't wait to find out more about Theresa and her mom and all the kooky residents of their little town. I hope you guys will come along with me. So that's going to do it for this Indie Comics review. Be sure to hit the thumbs up button on your way out. So be sure to join us on Wednesdays on Indie Comics and Reviews when we do our Wednesday New Comic Book Day live stream show. So until next time, see you guys in the funny papers. Hey, don't forget to subscribe and leave a thumbs up.